Whenever I need to send roses that are guaranteed to make someone's day, the only place I trust is 1-800-Flowers.com. With 1-800-Flowers, my friends and family always receive stunning, high-quality bouquets that they absolutely love. Right now, when you buy a dozen multicolored roses, 1-800-Flowers will double your bouquet to 2 dozen roses. To claim this special double roses offer, go to 1-800-Flowers.com/podcast. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/podcast.
You know how fast you were going?
What? How fast you were going?
I don't know. 10?
8.
Be advised, this is an explicit podcast, so if you're easily offended, get your panties twisted into a knot, turn this off before you get butthurt and mad, start to cry, have to run to your safe space. All opinions are those of the host and his guest and do not reflect the opinions of any government agency.
Welcome back to Motor Cop Chronicles podcast. I'm your host, the Iceman, in the clubhouse. As usual, we have a guest on today. It's going to be a 3-part guest. So he is getting ready to start Police Academy Monday, I believe. So we're going to get him introduced here. His nickname is the Moose Knuckle.
Moose Knuckle! Moose Knuckle! Moose Knuckle!
He got that nickname because I believe he told me that he sent a picture in a group text with his shift he works on, and I think he had a moose knuckle in the picture, and it kind of stuck after that. So let's get him introduced and get him here. See, I have claps for you with my live studio. It's not live. They're pre-recorded audience. So, say hello to everybody here, Moose Knuckle.
Hello, everybody.
And he's a youngster. How old are you?
28.
28. He's a youngster. I got kids his age. I'm just an old fuck now. So I want to start out with my basic questions. What is your favorite drink?
Michelob.
Favorite TV show?
There's actually quite a lot.
Pick one.
Pick one.
Like the mostest favorite.
Mostest favorite? Family Guy.
That's still, is that reruns now or?
Yeah, they're reruns.
Your favorite movie?
Toy Story.
You just left me speechless on that one. He has small children. What are you a 10 mile an hour over guy or 15?
15 and up.
I must be the only 10 guy around or something like that. Everybody says 15. Guess I'm just the asshole, right? Yeah. You said, like I said, you're about to start Academy Monday. Are you looking forward to that?
Oh, yeah. It's been a long time coming.
And I know we talked about it the other day or whatever. Do you know how many weeks it is now? Because I know they've extended it so much.
Tell you the truth, I have no idea.
Okay, so we have no idea how long this is. I know it's longer than a month. I can't remember if it's 16 or 18 weeks or something like that. I'm not sure. It's pretty long now.
They're extending it now, but I'm not sure with all this COVID-19 pandemic if they're going to be extending it or not.
You had to test to get in, correct?
Sure did.
What was the test?
Push-ups, sit-ups, stretch test, and a 300-meter run. We're supposed to do a mile and a half, but it was a little hot.
So they make you run a mile and a half because it was hot?
Yep.
So I guess the bad guys don't run that far when it's hot outside.
I guess not.
So I assume that you passed all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
You looking, like I said, you looking forward to it? You gonna learn some more stuff?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to broaden my knowledge on case laws and all the other things associated with doing police work.
Now, Moose over here started a little over a year ago now, I believe, right?
Started a little bit over a year ago with current agency, and before that I was at a different agency as a part-time guy.
Yeah, you went to a part-time academy there, I believe, you had told me.
Yeah. That was about 2 months.
And when he started, he was lucky. He got to ride with me as FTO for a little while before I got moved back into motor. He was actually my replacement. I was training. He's got my old number because we at the time I didn't have a new number, and we both had the same number. So he was 0.5. I still have him in my phone as that number 0.5.
0.5.
Actually. Yeah.
You remember they would call my number and you would answer, and I'd tell you, no, you're a different number now.
Well, but he got like I said, the great pleasure of riding with the Iceman. Hope I instilled just a little tiny bit of wisdom with him, because it was about a month or so. You got to ride with me or so, on and off.
It did about 2 weeks to start, and then
it was back and forth.
Back and forth for quite a while.
Yeah. So I try to give him some. The area we were working in is not an extremely busy area, where he's still working at now. But I tried to give him a little bit of wisdom. If y'all remember, in a whole lot of earlier episodes, I talked about the guy that I said that if I could get ordained, that I could marry him. This is him. I married him and his wife. I did mispronounce her name.
To be clear, you didn't marry me and my wife. You were the minister at our wedding.
Yeah. So that would be illegal for me to marry both of y'all at the same time.
Yeah. So,
but
there's legal things that we got to take care of here.
I did the ceremony. I was the officiant over their ceremony.
Didn't just mispronounce her name. You called her a whole different
name.
Yeah,
a whole different name. And I had it wrote down, too. It was my first one. It's been my only one, too, but it was my first one.
Well, if I got to get married again.
Well, look, if y'all make it 10 years, we would do it again. How's that?
That's fine.
Hopefully make it 10 years. Those law enforcement people like to get divorced. Just talked to a guy I work with today, can find out he's getting divorced after 7 years. So divorce rate, unfortunately, is very high in law enforcement. I don't think we really, when you were around, we really didn't get into or had any real exciting calls, I don't believe. I think we worked a few crashes and stuff like that.
The most exciting one was when that car hit the ramp on the boat.
Oh, yes.
That was it.
How do you hit a ramp exiting a ferry boat? Who knows? And it was like 4 feet off the ground.
Then she said her jaw was hurting, but she was
constantly
talking
the whole time. The car had 0 damage to it. It was driven off. But she had jaw injuries. We actually had a lady went around some railroad barricades today when the arms were down, and this railroad vehicle wasn't a train, but it was working on the tracks, a big, giant yellow machinery, and they ended up hitting each other, and it like ripped the whole complete trunk and everything off of it. I love when people do that and they think that it's the train's fault. Like it can turn or anything. It's like, no, that's why they have the big stop arms. Don't go around them, because those big hunk of metals machinery on them tracks don't stop fast, and they will just destroy your vehicle and not have a scratch on them.
They'll destroy truck trailers.
Oh yes, 18-wheelers, all that stuff. They don't stop. People don't realize, and it don't look like they're going that fast, but I think usually don't quote me, but I think through like populated areas, it's like 35 miles an hour they're still going. And at 35 miles an hour, it takes them a good close to half a mile to stop those big freight trains. They're not just going to like jam on the brakes and stop. So, tip of the day, stop for the railroad tracks when the big red lights are blinking.
Red means stop.
Oh, I slowed down. I had a lady like that one time. I pulled her over. I was working a subdivision. Stop signs and subdivisions are all over the place. This one was, I guess, people ran it all the time. They complained I was out there. I'm standing out there, my bike's parked. Well, I watch her. She came through, barely tapped her brakes and kept going. The wheels never even got close to even slowing down much. I pulled her over and told her, and she's like, well, I said, I'd stop you for running that stop sign. She's like, well, I slowed down. I just looked at her. She said, never mind. Yeah. It don't say slow down. It says stop. It's like if somebody walked up to you and started hitting you in the head with a stick. Do you want them to stop or you want them to slow down? Guarantee you want them to stop.
Slow down. You keep hitting me too much.
Yeah. You're hitting me too much. Just don't hit me as fast. That's better. Just hit me. So I know you have been cut loose. When I say cut loose, he's been released from FTO training in state of Louisiana. You have a year from the date you're hired before you have to go to academy. Well, stuff's gotten a little messed up with the zombie apocalypse, COVID-19 pandemic, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Shit's just fucked everything up. So they had an academy going on when it started. They stopped the academy. I think they restarted it, and I think the people finally graduated. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they started in January, cut it, paused it in like March, and then the guys went back in July, and they just finished and graduated.
So everything got fucked up. So he's a little over his year time, but you know it's okay because the zombies have infested the United States. So he's about to start. But you've been by yourself for a while now.
Quite a while.
So tell me some interesting stuff you've done since you've been by yourself.
Wrangled a whole bunch of cows. Our area, we have a bunch of cows that like to get out.
Do you have standard issued lassos?
Standard issue lasso. If you find it on the road, it's standard issue yours.
We were talking earlier in this area we both worked in. Like I said, every time a cricket farts, a tree falls across the fucking road. I used to actually carry a chainsaw in my unit to cut trees out the road because you get tired of waiting on the parish to show up. In 2 hours, you're sitting out there. It's easier when you just cut it out the road yourself. And
don't try to pull it down if it's still attached to the tree.
no, I wish I could post this video. He showed me a video recently of he was trying to pull a limb off a tree that fell to get the road clear, and he ended up on his ass on
not just the ass, on the back. I slid.
He busted his ass. Fucking, it's just one of them classic moments right there. That's when you wish they didn't have video, because that will never go away.
No, it won't. No, my partner's got that for a rainy day.
Well, when you first started, when they first gave you to me, and I don't know why, they were like, I don't know, watch, I don't know if he's gonna make it, and this and that and this and that. Well, after a couple of days, some upper people, my lieutenant stuff at the time, had called me and asked me about him. I said, he's doing fine. I don't know what y'all's issues were with him, and he's still doing it, and he's doing a good job. So I don't know what their problem was at the time, but they were like trying to tell me, I just don't. I said, he listens to what my advice I'm giving him. He's paying attention. I mean, what else you want him to do? So I don't know, but he's working out good. Covered his ass a couple times when he was late. Because at the time, I think we had to be at work at like 4 a.m. in the morning.
4 a.m.
When you starting to it takes a while to start getting used to getting up at 3 o'clock or stuff in the morning to get dressed and come to work. So he's been working out good. I think you've didn't you tell me not too long ago you got some people with some cocaine or something?
The people with the meth in a stolen truck.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Yeah, like our host said, it's a very rural area. Not a lot goes on, and I was on a state highway and in my area and saw a truck pulled over on the side of the road and had a flat tire. Told my dispatch that I would be out with the truck. Gave him the license plate and told him I'd be assisting with the tire change. And the dude, he was actually trying to take the tire off with a crescent wrench, which wasn't really working out, which is the whole reason why I stopped. And got my 4-way wrench out of my trunk and started to give it to him. And, at that time, my dispatch asked me if I was near him and told me that the vehicle came back stolen out of Georgia.
They asked him if he was 1012, which is the whole thing now of everybody saying fuck 12, fuck 12, fuck 12. That's where it's coming from. 1012 means that they have something come back on you, a warrant, or they want to tell us something. And 1012 means acting if we have visitors or something present, they don't want to say it when, let's say, the bad guy can hear it. So that's why they ask you that. But that's where that comes from now, if anybody's wondering. You know, fuck 12, fuck, so, fuck me.
Yeah, and I asked him just stand up, and he stood up and didn't give me any problems. They actually confirmed that it was stolen out of Georgia, and he had a passenger with him, and went ahead and detained her as well. My partner showed up and detained her. Started looking in the truck, found it was about 10 total grams of crystal meth and some marijuana.
Let me guess, he didn't know the truck was stolen. He borrowed it from a friend.
It was actually his dad's truck, and
he took his dad's truck.
Well, him and his dad did some work in Georgia for a guy, and they got mad at each other, and the dad took off and went back to Louisiana, and the dude stayed and did his work, and the dad came back and then called the county in Georgia and said, hey, my truck was stolen out of Georgia.
Oh.
So it's been a truck that we've seen quite a while in the area. Well, quite a few times.
So it's a misinformed stolen truck?
Yeah, misinformed stolen truck. But Dad still wished to go ahead with charges.
Well, you shouldn't have drugs in the vehicle anyway. Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Makes you stupid.
But if I don't think I told you this story about the cow that got hit the other night.
Yes, we discussed it, but you can talk about it. You're going to upset her right there.
I upset my wife too. So we were sitting with the local police having a discussion, and they came across his radio. Of course, we can't hear their radio channel for some reason. So being route to the truck stop, and got a cow out in the area, and so he left, and me and my partner, we started, let's head that way and give them a hand. I don't know what they got. So we got to the area. There was a Ford F-250 in front of me, and my partner was behind me, but the Ford actually swerved really hard to the left. And whenever I saw him swerve really hard to the left, I saw the reflection on the cow, black cow with the headlights. And so we all turned our lights on, and the guys on shift with the police department came over, and me and my partner, we got our lights lit up and trying to get the cow corralled. And I even had the lasso out. Yeah, I was going to lasso a cow one way or another, which I actually wound up succeeding. I cheated a little bit because the cow got hurt and couldn't move. But
don't count when the cow is incapacitated.
Hey, win's a win. W's a W, no matter which way you look at it. But eventually we got the cow back on the pasture side of the road. And this is a fairly busy road.
There's a major state highway he's talking about, because I know where he's talking about. It's highly traveled. They have very large chemical plants and all that stuff along this road.
Yeah.
So there's constant traffic 24 hours a day.
So we had me, my partner, a detective with the police department. So I think there were about 5 total out there, and everybody's got blue lights and red and blue lights on. And this one car, I look up the road and see it coming, still doing 55, 60 miles an hour. For those of you that don't know, there is a law: slow down, yield to emergency vehicle, slow down to reasonable and prudent speed. If I'm not mistaken, that's the exact wording. And this car, it comes barreling down the road, and I think to myself, you better slow the hell down. And the cow comes out between the police officer's car and my partner's car, comes behind my partner's car, and starts crossing the roadway. And the car that's coming down the road from the opposite direction just hits it. And the cow, the butt of the cow was facing the road, and the face was up in the air, and it spun, and it fucked this car up. But that's not the problem that I had with it. The guy that was driving the car got out and looked at all of us and said, "Why didn't y'all stop the cow?" What the fuck you think we were trying to do? Why you didn't slow the fuck down?
Yeah, slow. People, when you see a bunch of emergency lights, slow down.
Yeah, so
There's actually another law. I can't quote it, but if you see a cop in Louisiana on the side of the road with his emergency lights on, and it's like you're on the interstate or something like that, and they're a 2-lane highway, same direction, you're actually supposed to scoot into the other lane away from the person and the law enforcement officer and slow the fuck down, like way down. Speed limit's 55. You should be slowing down to like 35 to 25 miles an hour. So
it's not just for my safety; it's for the safety of the person that
and
either we got pulled over or just got in a wreck, and
your own safety.
And you're traveling. People don't seem to get it.
Everybody's in a hurry nowadays, or got their heads stuck in their fucking phone, not paying attention because they got to get that other text in. Because if you don't text somebody right back, it's bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, the poor cow ended up being hurt so bad it had to be put down. Correct? Yeah.
Yep. Still trying to get up, but still got the lasso on it. Like I said, W is a W.
No, the cow couldn't walk no more. It's not a win. Last time when, like I say, incapacitated cow does not count.
It traveled about 50 yards from the point of rest to where it finally was able to keep it.
I think you need to go to the Tractor Supply store and get you one of them plastic cow heads and just practice your lassoing.
I think so. Yeah.
If any of y'all looked on I don't know if we put it on Facebook or not. Did we put the alligator video on Facebook? Yes, Facebook and Twitter and Parler account. A couple months ago, I put on a video about this big ass alligator that was walking across the street. If you go look at it, this is in the same area where he's working, assigned to right now. So that'll tell you what kind of area it is. I know working that night one night, I don't know if you were with me or not. I think you might have been. I think we counted like 4 raccoons, 2 armadillos, a fox, and a skunk in like a 3-mile trip we made down that road where the alligator
was. The live ones or the dead ones?
No, the live ones. They were still alive.
The ones that weren't hit by a car.
Yeah, no, these were actually alive. And this was like in a 3-mile drive. We were just counting all the animals. Mm-hmm. And when it gets cold, I actually had some of those off-road lights mounted on my unit for that night because when it gets in the colder weather, the deer in this area can get extremely dangerous to a vehicle. I went by one section one time we were talking about, and there was like 4 or 5 does came right out in front of me in the middle of the road. I think I was only doing like 10 miles an hour. I'd have probably gotten a crash. We do have units every year, several units that get damaged or totaled out from deer because it's got a very high deer population besides cows.
I saw I had one hit me on one of the more rural roads in the parish, but didn't do anything to my unit, and I was really lucky. Definitely bust out the shoulder, but last night we got a call about a helicopter crash in a neighboring parish, and they want us to go check on the pilot.
I didn't even see that on the news.
Well, turns out Air National Guard helicopter had had to make an emergency landing, and people
So it didn't crash.
here in the parish called 30 to 50 times saying a helicopter just crashed. So they said, we know a guy, he likes to fly in the parish, but he's in a different parish. Can y'all go check on him? So we started going check on him, and he's, I know.
I know.
Yeah.
He's got like 4 or 5 helicopters.
Yeah, we were kind of worried because they said the name of the helicopter company that he flies with. So we were trying to get there relatively quick, and I was actually ahead of my partner. And there was about 15, 20 deer come from the wood line crossing the road in front of me, going over towards the river. I guess they were fucking thirsty. Like animals need water to survive or something.
There.
I guess it was like 78, 80 degrees even at night.
It's hot.
Yeah, so I even radioed my partner. I was like, "Hey, be careful. There's deer, just south of the fire station."
Yes.
So they like to run across there fairly regularly.
Lots of deer. Y'all had y'all had a gas leak. That would have to be so.
Oh, it was a good gas leak.
I had one time when I worked at another.
Not that kind of gas leak.
No, when I worked at this other agency, some idiot decided to wanted to turn around and pulled in off the road, and they had the very large gas lines where it's like a feeder lines, and he backs up and hits it, and it was freaking horrible. You're looking at hours worth because you got to get gas company out, then they got to plug stuff. It's a pain in the ass. Mm-hmm. Like when somebody hits the fucking telephone pole. In that area, we had a drunk person hit a telephone pole. Well, my partner at the time made the arrest and brought him in. I sat out there for 11 hours with the phone because they had to replace it. They had to get out there, then they had to replace the pole and do 11, and I only worked 12-hour shift, and I was out there for 11 of it. So yeah, that part of it sucks ass. So y'all physically ready to go? You're probably gonna lose some weight.
I lose weight on the daily.
Well, you're still you young and skinny still, but you might put on a little muscle. You might come back looking like a little Rambo or something.
Old Deputy Rambo.
Yeah. I don't know how much. Like I said, it's been fucking forever since I've been to the academy. Like I said, I went through in like '96.
You had lights on your carriage on your horse drawn.
Yes, well, we still used pencils, and instead of smoke signals and shit like that. We did physical PT training every single day when I was in the academy.
From what I hear,
single day.
From what I hear, it's not really too much going on to that due to this whole zombie fucking apocalypse.
Going to Pussy Academy, I guess.
I mean, I might as well catch it and just get it over with.
I don't know. You don't want to be a zombie. I mean, you don't eat brains or nothing, do you? People can't see your hand gestures in the microphone.
That's right.
He's making a hand gesture. Yeah. He just.
I'm not sure what to do with my hands.
Yeah. Okay, Ricky Bobby.
Just keep them at your side.
Just put them by your side. Just don't know. What else? Got any other interesting stories? Maybe when you worked at the other department or anything?
Nothing too crazy. Didn't really have anything going on, except a domestic that involved my first cousin, who's very popular with our agency now, and then the agency that I was with, as well as the surrounding agencies. She's got frequent flyer miles, Capital One Platinum. Platinum, yeah. Platinum card. So
she gets a free room and board every now and then.
Free room and board. She gets reward points. She was involved in domestic, and I walked up the stairs, and I was actually my cousin works for the same agency, and I walked up the stairs, and she was the first one I saw. She was already in handcuffs by another officer that arrived first. She started yelling, "That's my cousin! That's my cousin! That's my first cousin!" And I turned around and said, "No, I'm not." And then
never seen this person in my life.
And then my other cousin on the other side, he's not related to her at all. She starts screaming, "That's my cousin too!" And he looks at her and went, "Who the fuck are you?" So she got a free room and board that night.
I don't remember if I talked about being a tot last week or so, I had to go notify this lady that her kid had been arrested. I might have, I'm not sure. I'll tell it again. Y'all can just bear with me. Anyway, it was an upstairs apartment. The stairwell going up there was barely big enough for me to get my shoulders through. It was so small. Well, he's up there on the landing speaking to her. I'm like 4 steps down. Ladies, if you're going to answer the door and don't know who it is out there, put some pants on or something, because the tot, fortunately, didn't have the same view I had, being a couple feet down, looking up. And every time she would say something talking to me, and I was like, I kind of trying to keep my head sideways because I didn't want to see what I was looking at. You know what I'm saying? And just put some pants on.
It was like a Shoney's buffet.
Like I said, and the ones everybody's like, oh, it's like the ones that do this are not the ones you want to see. People, trust me. It's not like when you go to the beach. You know, you watch Baywatch all them years. If you know, everybody is a 10 and looks great in a bathing suit, male and female. You go to the real beach and you wonder, you did not know that they made bikinis that fucking big. Okay, so that's real life. Baywatch is not real life. What I saw was real life, and I didn't want to see real life. So put some pants on before you answer the fucking door. You scar people. I'm probably going to need counseling after what I saw. So I'm just saying.
You can get that online.
Yes, I can probably go online and get my own counselor certificate where I can counsel people. You can come to me with your problems and I will help you.
You could be the minister and a therapist.
Yes. Maybe I can get a law degree online. I can marry you, divorce you, and counsel you. All of that. I'll be like a one-stop shop.
Be a surgeon too online.
Yeah.
You need open heart surgery? I learned this on Google.
Yeah. I think I read something recently or saw some news article or something where somebody, was getting like butt injections in a fucking hotel room, and they ended up having to have like their ass amputated or something because the person was like injecting their ass with some kind of cement mixture or something like that. I mean, just, yeah. If your plastic surgeon says meet you at, the Holiday Inn, just say no. What's that commercial? It's like, he must be smart because he stayed at the Holiday Inn Express or something.
I'm not a surgeon, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
Yeah.
Or is it Motel 6?
And maybe, I don't know. I thought the Motel 6 kept the light on for you. I don't know. It's one of them. There's too many fucking commercials out there. Look, we're going to take a quick break real quick. We're going to be right back.
Stand by.
We interrupt this program for an important announcement. Ladies and gentlemen.
Are you standing by? A very important message is coming. Are you still standing by?
We interrupt for this breaking news.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
There's a podcast that happens on Saturday night that you need to know about. All right, can I get out of serious mode? Let's go to goofy. Okay. Make sure to listen to Louisiana Saturday Night. Robert and April are your hosts, and they talk a lot about current events. And occasionally they'll have a guest and include them on the conversation. It's raw, it's blunt, and explicit. Well, if there is one thing I know, and that is I like dirty. Anyway. It's for anyone who wants to have fun and not take life so seriously. And God knows we need that these days. Robert and April on Louisiana Saturday Night. Check them out at louisianasaturdaynight.podbean.com.
Okay, we are back from break. Much needed bathroom break. Y'all go check Robert and April out, Louisiana Saturday Night Podcast. They're always very entertaining. Robert and his cousin also have another podcast. If you want to get your nerd on, called Getting Rights Downs to It. They talk about comic books, Marvel stuff. Just basic nerd stuff. So if you like that kind of stuff, check them out. And April and her sister have a true crime one called Southern Discomforts. You know, they talk about some of the true crime stuff, a lot about Louisiana stuff. It's very interesting too. Go check that one out also. So we back with the Moose Knuckle here. And I know he don't have a lot of stories yet. That's because he is a rookie. And like I said, I can't wait to get him back on about midway through Academy so he can tell us about some of the classes that he's taken, ones that he likes, ones that he don't like. I'm kind of curious if the FBI guy still comes down and does a sexual deviancy class. We'll definitely see that, see if he gets to see the chicken fucker videos. No, they will show you shit that will fuck with your head. It's nasty, nasty shit. There's a video where they showed us when I was in Academy that this preacher man got caught fucking a chicken. He'd stick his dick in the chicken's ass and fuck the chickens, okay? So, and much, much worse than that. Me and Robert have talked about it on different occasions. They had the same class also. That's that sick shit. Like I said, I'm kind of interested. It's been so long since I've been to Academy or through Academy. I don't know. I'm sure they've added a lot of shit since this old man's been through. Hopefully, I'll be able to go to his graduation, which will be interesting also.
Better wear a mask.
Hopefully, by that time, after November 2nd, the COVID will be gone. You did not know that?
Oh, that's right. It's election year.
Yeah, as soon as the presidential election is over, COVID will disappear. I don't think you listened to it. My last episode talked about, I guess they talked about, bished about what they're doing in Austin, Texas right now to the police department, defunding them like $150 million, getting rid of their traffic units, mounted divisions, lake patrol divisions, and all kind of shit. They're just getting rid of tons of shit in Austin. Well, I found this news article as soon as I can pull it up here and put my glasses on because I'm fucking old and can't read unless I put glasses on. This news article came out of Texas. Now, with everything they have going on in the United States, and like I said, Austin's defunding the shit out of their cops and stuff. This story is out of Austin from yesterday. The headline says appeals court on second thought tax bikini latex clubs. So a state appeals court has overturned its own ruling and decided a bikini latex clubs are sexually orientated businesses, and they're going to charge an extra $5 per person that comes in taxes on them. In that state, it says certain body parts have to be covered by fully opaque clothing for a club to avoid a levy on sexually orientated businesses. And there's one club, I guess, that we were appealed it or trying to appeal it. They're, I think they're ladies in there wear bikinis or something, and they paint these opaque things over their nipples. Well, the court now has said that it is a sexually orientated business, even though they're covering their shit, and they're going to make them pay the tax. And they said most of they refer to it in that state as the poll tax. Really, people? All the shit y'all got going, didn't y'all just made an extra $150 million y'all took from the cops. Now you're going to fucking charge the titty dancers some extra money too, even though they're covering their nipples and shit up. As I said in the other one, hey, want a good time? Go take vacation in Austin. I'm not going to go there because it's about to turn into a shittier shithole than it already is. And you get charged extra to go in a half titty bar because you can't even see the whole titty. What's the point of looking at a titty if you can't see a nipple, right? It's none. But it's going to cost you $5 a person extra to go in because that's important right now, right? So I kind of thought that one was kind of interesting. In my rant tonight, kind of a rant and a safety tip all together. On my way home today, and I've noticed it several times. I'm sure the Moose has seen it too. Mostly, for some reason, it's mostly females. I don't think I've ever seen a guy do this, but passengers in a car with their feet up on the dashboard up against the windshield going down the highway. Are you that fucking uncomfortable in the car, ladies? I mean, these new cars, the seats fucking lay back. If you're that tired, just roll them down. Look, if you get into a crash and your feet are up on that dashboard, I hope you liked where your hip bones and leg bones were, because they're not going to be in the same place after that. When that airbag blows out, comes out at 300-400 miles an hour, it's going to fuck all kind of shit up in your lower extremities there. So put your feet on the floorboard where it goes, not on the dashboard. I don't know if you're trying to get a fucking suntan or what. If you cramped up, get the driver to pull over. But if not, hey, I'll call an ambulance when I get to the crash, and you'll be in a fucking hospital for a really, really long time if you survive it. Because them airbags ain't no joke, people. It's not like, I don't know if the people hadn't experienced them, but it's not like you see on TV. It's not like a big fucking latex balloon that pops out of there and it's nice and soft. It's like a fucking burlap sack coming out of there at several hundred miles an hour, because I've seen them leave second-degree burns on people's faces. So put your feet down, or don't. Like I said, the hospitals, I mean, they're going broke. They need the money. I don't know if they're going broke, but they sure like to take your money. Charge you $15 for an aspirin. But that's my little safety tip in my rant on that. Do you put your feet on the dashboard?
I don't. My wife does, and I get on her all the time about it.
She gives you dirty looks too, huh?
Yeah, she does.
Tells you shut the fuck up.
Yep.
Yep.
There's toe prints on my truck, on the windshield.
I don't know why they do that. Bam don't do that, thank God. We're old. She puts her legs up there. I might have to stop and help her put them back down. She might get stuck. I know I would get stuck if I tried. I don't get bend like that no more. Yesterday, before I called you on my way home, I work in writing tickets. I was behind I had this Tahoe pass me in a 70, and I got behind them after they passed me. We were doing like 79 in a 70. Like I said, I'm 11 over guy, and they only doing 9. So I wasn't going to stop them. So about half a mile later, we crossed into a 60 mile an hour area. Well, guess who's not slowing down? The Tahoe. So I actually gave him probably about almost half a mile into the 60, trying to give him a chance. Because at this point, they're doing 19 over. Well, right as I'm about to light them up and pull this Tahoe over, I see in my rearview mirror this black BMW coming up behind me like really fucking fast. And right where we were at, they had an entrance ramp. I'm in the fast lane, the left lane. This BMW comes around, gets onto the entrance ramp, passes all of us up, and then jumps back. I was like, oh, I got this one. I can't. The Tahoe had a lucky break because I went and pulled the black BMW over. It was a lady driving, and I rode her for what I was doing, because I was doing 79 and she sucked my doors off. So I rode her for my speed. But she actually was extremely nice. She said that she was traveling from Florida, I think, to Texas. She said a good friend of hers, I think from the military or something, had gotten in a crash and needed help taking care of her children. She said she was worried on her way over here. She was by herself, that some strange guy in some minivan kept like tailgating her and backing off, tailgating her. And come to find out, this lady had retired out of the military, and You know, she told me she suffered from a little post-traumatic stress syndrome, and she was just trying to get away from him. But she said, look, it's my fault. She said, I was just glad I was sitting here when you pulled him over and he passed, so I know he's gone now. I did give her the ticket, but she was extremely nice, very pro-law enforcement. The people in the Tahoe should have waited and bought this lady lunch because she saved them a whole lot of money, because I sure was about to write them the ticket. And I told her I did understand, you know, kind of why she was trying to get away from the guy. But we, like I said, we talked. We actually talked about the podcast. Thought I might mention her or something, you know. But there she is. She was extremely nice. I ain't too often you get a whole bunch of traffic stops, as you know. I know you like working traffic.
Sometimes, yeah.
Might grow up one day and might give you a radar. Then you could play with it.
Radar gun. I'm making money and I'm having fun with my radar gun.
So you get to make money and have fun with your radar gun. If you ever get one.
I'm not a real big speed guy like
me.
Yeah, I don't really write speeding tickets because that's your choice. You know, you could be the best driver in the world, but unfortunately other people aren't. You know, you run stop signs, red lights, passing, no passing zone. That's my favorite. By the way, if you ever see double yellow on the roadway, that means no passing. It is a designated no passing zone. I will always write you a ticket no matter what, because an extra 10 seconds behind somebody is not worth a head-on collision and the next 10 years in the hospital, or even your life or somebody else's life.
I had a guy today. I was out on a parish road that people calling, the locals out there constantly calling, complaining about speeders. It is a major cut-through road. So I decided to go work it after the school zone I worked. You know, it was actually fairly mild morning this morning. I mean, it wasn't 100 degrees yet. It was only like 80 at 9 o'clock. So, but I clocked this car. The speed limit on this road is 25 miles an hour, and this road is completely straight, probably about a mile and a half, 2 miles long. You stand on one end, you can see the other end of it. I mean, it's down there, but you can see all the way down it. It's perfectly straight. So I had my LiDAR out, my laser. I clocked this vehicle. It was doing like 23, 24 miles an hour. So it's right at the speed limit. I checked them a few times, but about that time, this very large Lincoln Town car pops around the other vehicle and like punches it. So I ended up stopping him, writing him a ticket. So that other car was going so slow, I was trying to get around it. I said, well, that other car was doing the speed limit. If you'd have stayed behind him, you wouldn't get a ticket.
Was that the person that lived down that road? One of the locals down there?
He was a local, but he didn't live down that road. No, I wrote 6 tickets out there in probably an hour and a half. And 5 out of the 6 were all residents of that road.
Yeah.
I had an older lady tell me as I was writing her ticket, she's like, you need to write all these plant workers cutting through tickets. They're all speeding. And no, I got her doing like 43 in the 25. I just looked at her. I said, yes, ma'am. I said, we're out here to catch them too. But it seemed like today, most of the people, the residents of this street are the ones that at issue today right now.
If you're going to complain about speeders, don't speed
She
yourself.
just kind of looked at me. I'm like, nothing real mean, but it's true. I mean, all these people are calling and complaining about the speeders, but everybody I'm stopping speeding are the ones that live down the road. Just because you're the one that calls about the speeders don't make you exempt from not getting pulled over and get a ticket also. So keep that in mind, people. If you call the cops because you got speeders on your road and you're one of the speeders, a good chance you may be getting a ticket also, especially from me. I'm not going to just, you live here? It's okay for you to speed. It's just not good for everybody else too. That's not going to work. Yesterday, I also made another stop. and I'm going to slaughter this name. It's a makeup company. Sephora. Look, he freaking knows. He probably cross dresses and we don't know. Are you wearing your wife's panties right now?
They're really comfortable.
Okay. It's silky smooth.
Silky smooth.
Sounds fucking awesome. Anyway, it's Sephora company. I pulled this car over there speed, and they were going like super fast. I think they were going like, I don't know, 12 or 13 over. Male driver, female passenger. Go up. Well, the guy lives on, I can say this, the guy's living in the city of New Orleans, which I used to live close to that area, but not in the city at one point when I was in high school and stuff, where I went to college. And we talked about that a minute, stuff like that. And I just, I said, look, here's what you can do to try to keep it off your record. If you drive for your job. He's like, yeah, I do drive. And I said, what company? He told me is this Sephora makeup company. And I was like, I said, well, look, just keep off record so your boss won't know. He said, well, that's my boss sitting right there. And I looked at her. I looked at the lady and I went, I am not here. He did not get a ticket. This is all a dream. He's like, are you like a comedian on the side or something like that? I'm like, no, not really. I said, I got this podcast I try to be funny on. He's like, oh, well, let's do them all the time. What is it? So hopefully they listen to it and like it. But again, yesterday for some reason I stopped like 12 people, and knock on wood, I don't know if it's going to snow or what, but 12 people I pulled over, not one asshole. Not one single asshole out of 12. That people, y'all know that's a fucking miracle right there by itself to make that many stops and not have just not one asshole out of the whole bunch. Like every fucking body was nice this day. Everybody. And these two people were like super nice and stuff. We talked about their makeup stuff a little bit, which I don't know much about it, but the moose knuckle obviously knows about it. I don't know if they have, moose knuckle cream to keep the knuckle from getting chafed in the summertime or anything
they do,
like
actually.
that. See, look, moose knuckle cream. Keep your moose knuckle moisturized so you don't chafe. Check it out. Or wear looser pants. I don't know. Now, I do remember one story you did tell me about how you were actually encountered one of these cop block people.
Okay, yeah.
We don't. I mean, and he actually, even though they hate the fucking cops, they gave you, I don't know, a halfway decent fucking review.
Halfway decent. Yeah.
Halfway decent. They were like, oh, I was surprised or I think he might, if I remember right, he said something to you about, asked if you to see his driver's license or something like that. He responded to a broke down vehicle, a camper or something was stuck or something like that. Anyway, we call them Signal 18s. It was a broke down vehicle in this area he was in, and the guy was like, oh, he's like, and Moose was like, well, I don't need your driver's license. I'm just here to try to help you get your vehicle back mobile. You didn't do it. But he's like, but they still made a comment on how, because the Moose does wear his vest, and everybody thinks, you see cops all the time, and they just kind of like football players. They got both their hands up by their neck. And people are like, oh, that's because they can use their elbows as weapons
or protect your
protect
head.
You and all this stuff. No, motherfuckers. That's because that vest don't have fucking no airflow. And it's hot as a motherfucker, and they just trying to get a little air down up in that motherfucker.
Try not to let it choke me.
Yeah, and they ride up on you, and it feels like they're choking you sometimes. So, fucking, all this, they do it for this, that. No, they're doing it because it's fucking choking them and they can't fucking breathe in it, okay? It feels like, the only way I can describe it is you feel like a fucking turtle in that motherfucker. It's like, it's just, it protects you and stuff, but you feel like a fucking turtle in the shell. They're not comfortable at all. It's the most uncomfortable fucking thing you could ever fucking wear. Just kind of like, I don't know, when I first started, I couldn't wait to put my first got my gun belt, all that shit. I couldn't wait to have on like my Batman utility belt. that shit, once you put every fucking thing on is around your waist, you walk around with about 35 fucking pounds around your damn waist all day long, in and out, sitting in a vehicle and everything else. It ain't fun.
Well, if you remember, whenever I first started, and you were FTO me, I didn't have a radio.
No.
I didn't even have my own a department issued gun. I had to carry my own. So
Yeah, you didn't have much.
yeah, if we would have gotten a foot chase at night, I would have had to be calling you on the phone.
Yeah, you're young. You'd probably definitely outrun me.
I don't
But it's
know.
like, but once you add all this shit and you got 35 pounds around your waist, and like I said, it's not the most comfortable thing. I went to the doctor probably for a checkup about 6 months ago, and it's been going on for a while, and it's like in my right leg, it's like on one side of it, it's like numb, like it's always sleeping all the time. And I'm like, I'm kind of worried. I'm like, do I got a blockage or something like that? I mean, I'm getting older. She's like, no, you don't have a blockage. Because they had already done all my blood work. They had checked me. Everything was great. And she's like, you got like a pinched nerve from wearing that duty belt all these years. She said, once you retire and get rid of it, it'll go away eventually when you don't have that gun belt putting all that pressure on you all the time. See what you got to look forward to?
It's already hurting.
Back problems
Yeah.
and shit like that. Yeah. The shit's it's very uncomfortable to wear. It's not fun. Well, I'm hoping I'm gonna find out how long academy is. So I'm gonna get you on a weekend. And let me tell you what, when these guys go to the academy like that, I mean, it's not a joke. It's not guaranteed. You can flunk out of fucking academy. I know when I went, if you failed one test, I don't know if it's still like that. If you failed one written test, you were out. You failed to qualify with your weapon, you're out. I don't think it's like this now, but if you failed any physical fitness test, you were out. When I went to academy, we started out probably with about 60 in a class, and probably only about 20 of us graduated. So it's not just, he's not going on a holiday. It's going to end up costing him money, not physically where he has to pay for it or anything. Because I know in some states, you actually have to pay for police academy yourself and go to it like a college, graduate, and then you put your applications out, and these other departments will look at you and maybe hire you. In Louisiana, you can't go to police academy unless you're already hired on at a department. You just can't pay and just go as a civilian. You actually have to be hired first. But as we know, us law enforcement people do not make a shitload of money, and him being a rookie, he makes even less money because, I've been doing this shit 27 years. I've been through a shit ton of pay raises and stuff like that. And fortunately, a department we do both work for, they've revamped the pay scale recently. And I don't know about him, but I was quite happy with my increase, and my next one's going to make it even better. But it's still not the fact, you got bills. I think he has 2 children he's taking care of, a wife and everything. This whole time he's in academy, what he can't do is work any extra duty details. But when he gets out, once he is post-certified, he will actually be able to work some other details he's not allowed to work right now because you have to be post-certified to work them. So we're going to get back with him about midway through, and hopefully he'll have us tell us about some of the shit that he is learning about. Because I'm kind of interested in it. Like I said, it's been so long since I've been. I know they got to have a crap ton of different classes now. I want to find out from you if they're going to do if they're still doing Boothville the same way, if you're doing the traffic stop stuff. I mean, just some different classes. So pay enough attention. Don't fail your test. But I want to hear about these fucking classes that you're going to be taking. You hear me?
I'll give you weekly updates.
Yeah, well, you got my number, so. And of course, if you have any questions or anything for me, you can call and ask. Like I said, I had to, from when I started being a cop till now, I had to change the way I learned how to police to the new police times now, because when I first started in the 90s, it's totally different than the way it is now. Trust me. So I'm like one of the old dinosaurs, teaching an old dog new tricks. And all these youngsters coming up. At least the Moose is one of them youngsters that at least has the common sense to listen to some of the old guys to maybe take some of our knowledge, because you got some of these little young punks coming up out there. The motherfuckers think they know everything, and they don't know shit. I've survived 26 years doing this shit without getting killed or too fucked up. So, I mean, hopefully I know just a little bit of what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the way I look at it, for everybody that's thinking about becoming a police officer, sheriff's deputy, state trooper, whatever, if anybody gives you any kind of advice, listen to it and take it, because all they're trying to do is help you be a better cop and get home to your family and help them get home to their family. So everything anybody's ever really told me has stuck, and I've maybe bent it a little bit, applied it my own way, my own style, but for the most part it's the same.
Well, I think I told you, I said, take a little bit, like from when I taught you, your sergeant and lieutenant that you rode with, and all these other cops and stuff that you rode with. And I told you, take a little bit of everything they teach you that's good and apply it to yourself and become your own cop. You don't have to be the mirror image of nobody, but you take all this knowledge and become the law enforcement person that you want to be. Are you still carrying candy?
Might have ate it all.
I've got him with the community policing, giving candy to kids, and he's eating it. You're not supposed to eat your own candy. Stop eating your own candy. You're supposed to give that to the children.
I can't eat the stickers I give out, so what else is there?
Give the candy to the kids, too.
All right, I'll get some more candy. I know the kids in that area like ring pops.
Ring pops. They love the ring pops. They will try to get 3 or 4 of them from you if they can. One kid. Yeah.
I took like 3 or 4 from you.
Yeah. Bastard. All right, so we're going to go ahead and shut this one down this evening. And like I said, hopefully, probably, like I said, once I find out, it's probably be a month or so before I get him back on. I want him to get a good halfway through the academy before he comes back on. And hopefully he'll have some interesting stuff to tell us. Hit us with some of his knowledge and see what kind of cop he's turning into.
Moose knowledge.
Yeah, moose knuckle knowledge. Don't forget the cream, because I don't want your moose knuckle to get messed up or, irritated when you're doing all this physical fitness training.
I'll see if I can find you some.
I don't have a moose knuckle. I wear baggy pants. Once I get home and take motor pants off and stuff, there ain't nothing else tight going on. So, like I always say, people, if you're still waiting, if you know any motor cops, future motor cops, want to be motor cops, firemen, first responders, corrections officers, anybody wants to tell a story and wants to come on, just, like I said, email me, hit us on Facebook, Twitter, Parler. Twitter's at Motor C, Parler's at Motor Cop Chronicles Podcast, Facebook is Motor Cop Chronicles Podcast, and the email is motorcopchronicles@gmail.com. Like I said, send us an email. Hey, I got some stickers to give out. I guess nobody wants none of my fucking sticker, because ain't nobody emailed me about it yet. So, like I said, hit us up, and till next time, remember, smile, because the Iceman could always be behind you.
I'm cranking up on the throttle. This is how legends are made. This is how legends are made. This is how legends are made.
Whatever team Fee is on has a chance to win a championship.
I'm Christina Williams, host of the podcast, In Case You Missed It with Christina Williams. The WNBA playoffs are here, and I've got the inside scoop on everything from key matchups and standout players to the behind-the-scenes moments you won't find anywhere else.
It's really, really hard to be the champions, but we have to remember how it feels and embrace the new challenge that we have.
So listen to In Case You Missed It with Christina Williams, an iHeart Women's sports production in partnership with Deep Blue Sports and Entertainment on iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.